Welcome to the Learning with New Literacies mini-lecture. New literacies are transforming the way we read, write, think, communicate, and make meaning. The purpose of this mini-lecture is to explore how new literacies can be integrated across content area subjects. The underlying concepts for new literacy are as follows. New literacies offer students a variety of interesting and relevant experiences with texts that can be used to enhance content area learning. Emerging information and communication technologies requires the application of strategic knowledge, skills, and insights, as well as the ability to use reading and writing to learn. Blogs, wikis, and Nings are interactive tools that can enhance communication about content area topics and foster socially mediated learning. Internet workshops can create an instructional framework for engaging students in consistently scheduled inquiry and collaborative learning. Electronic authoring systems and software programs such as hypertext and hypermedia can provide students with creative outlets for demonstrating content area knowledge. After watching this mini lecture and reading the assigned readings, you will articulate a rationale for using new literacies in content areas. You will understand the meaning of the term new literacies and how those literacies affect content learning. You will understand that learning how to adapt to continuously changing technologies is more critical than knowing any particular ICT. You will be able to apply various types of instructional strategies that help students learn using the Internet. You will understand the steps you should follow when implementing an Internet project. The key terms for this mini lecture and your assigned readings are as follows: blog, hypermedia, hypertext, information and communication technologies, internet inquiries, media literacy, netiquette, new literacies, Nings, threaded discussions, websites, webquests, and wikis. The concept of new literacies has been evolving with the 21st century. The term new literacies was coined by John Willing Sky in 1990 when he described classrooms where inquiry and student choice prevails. These new literacy classrooms use multimodal elements such as print, graphic design, audio, video, gesture, and nonstop interaction to teach reading and writing. Basically, reading and writing aren't just about print anymore, as we move from a page-dominated literacy to a screen-dominated literacy. The new literacies have pushed to integrate the fine arts into media literacy. Now an author can convey meaning through and discover meaning from the form of representation in which the concept appears. New literacies are usually read in a nonlinear fashion. Readers jump from concept to concept in sometimes a completely random way, very similar to flipping around in a book, especially when it tells you to see chapter such and such. The literacies that students have outside of school are different than they used to be and are more social in nature than in-school literacies. Helping students to learn with new literacies is part of making sure that they are prepared for life in this century. It is refreshing to know that some studies have shown a link between using activities that involve non-print dominated materials and an increase in print literacy. Finally, new literacies are part of content standards. Practically all of the national education associations in the different academic disciplines have created content standards or statements of principles that implicitly or explicitly acknowledge the use of technologies for information and communication. In addition, many state standards also include new literacies, although they may call them media literacy. The International Society for Technology and Education was developed in 2007 as one of the more comprehensive set of standards for use of technology in schools. The standards revolve around several broad criteria, which are creativity and innovation, communication and collaboration, research and information fluency, critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making, digital citizenship, and technology operations and concepts. The way we think, inquire, communicate, read, and write is being quickly changed by the Internet. Because of this change, here are some characteristics of new literacy classrooms. New literacy classrooms feature daily work in multiple forms of representation. There are explicit discussions of the merits of using certain symbol systems in certain situations with much choice. There are meta-dialogues, such as think-alouds, by teachers who model working through problems using certain symbol systems. Students take part in a mix of individual and collaborative activities. Finally, new literacy classrooms are places of student engagement in which students report achieving a flow state. The concepts of hypertext and hypermedia are important to understanding the multimodal environment. Most students are probably well aware of the basic conventions of the web. However, it is good to model how to think and learn in multimodal environments. A good way to get the discussion going is to model a typical, that is to say non-linear, reading progression on the internet in your content area. Hypertext differs from printed text in that its structure is much less linear. The hypertext format offers a web of text that allows the reader to link to other related documents and resources on demand by clicking the provided link. Hypermedia is when sound, graphics, photographs, video, and other non-print media is incorporated into the hypertext format. One of the most profound ways of getting students to fully realize the interactivity of the web is to give them practice in writing this way, by insisting that they embed hyperlinks in their writing. Because a hyperlink can take the reader to potentially untested sites, it is important to teach students how to evaluate the links they come across and how to use them wisely. The framework for evaluating websites includes assessing the bias and stance the site contains, determining how reliable the site is, determining the accuracy of the content on the site, and synthesizing the information presented in a meaningful way. Threaded discussions are a powerful online writing-to-learn strategy. Threaded discussions are designed to involve students in the exploration of texts and topics under study. Free options for threaded discussions available to teachers are Moodle, Google Groups, MediaWiki, PBWiki, and ThinkPad. In this course, we will be using the discussion forum available through our online learning system. For educational purposes, threaded discussions allow a teacher to post a question or topic for students to read about from various sources and reflect upon, and students work collaboratively to learn about and discuss the topic. In this course, you will be required to have a minimum of one reference to an outside source to back up and support what you discuss in the question or topic, and also your opinions or what you have seen in the public school system. Discussion board posts are asynchronous in nature. Asynchronous discussion allows students the time to search for and gather information, as well as read, think, and reflect on the topic or question before responding. Threaded discussions are not something a student can do at the last minute. In threaded discussion, each learner works individually to inquire into the topic and gather information using online and/or offline informational sources. Then individual members respond to other threaded discussion postings by other classmates or answer questions posted to their own original thread. As already stated, online discussion is meant to be collaborative, not combative. Therefore, it is important to follow netiquette or net etiquette. First and foremost, students are to treat other students with respect and courtesy. Respect the privacy of classmates and what they share. The old saying, "What happens in Rome stays in Rome," applies here. What is said in the discussion board stays in the discussion board. Don't make assumptions about what another learner says. Ask for clarification if a posting is difficult to understand. Recognize that exposure to another group member's response and comments are part of the learning experience, even though you may not personally agree with the comments. Do not write in all caps. That is the same in online discussion as yelling and screaming at the person face to face. Before posting a comment, ask whether you would make the same comment in a face-to-face discussion. If not, don't make the comment. Keep in mind that something that would be inappropriate in a face-to-face classroom is also inappropriate in an online discussion. It is still the school environment. The great thing about asynchronous online discussion, you have plenty of time to really think out what you will post and how you will respond, especially if you do not procrastinate. Blogs is short for weblogs and are essentially online journals or diaries that are often personal accounts of life experiences. Wikis are collaboratively built texts in which volunteers contribute facts and help to edit and shape the presentation of the information. It is important to remember that when anyone and everyone contributes information to a wiki, readers need to make sure the information being read is accurate. Also, plagiarism is widely rampant in many wikis. Nings are places where readers can join discussion on a growing number of topics and start a social network of their own, focusing on a common topic of interest. There are many strategies for multimodal learning. Shown here are 3 strategies: Internet workshops, Internet inquiries, and web quests. An Internet workshop is characterized by its flexibility and is similar to reading and writing workshops. In Internet inquiries, students engage in research using information sources on the Internet. A web quest is a teacher-designed web page that packages various learning tasks and activities for students to complete using Internet resources. Log on to the Alliance for a Media Literate America's website shown here and find out what you can do as a teacher to promote media literacy that focuses on critical inquiry, learning, and skill building rather than on media bashing and blame. Click on the link Email Newsletter and select something of interest that you can use in your own teaching. Ideas to ponder. How often have you used digital text as part of subject matter learning? In your estimation, did the teacher use a digital text assignment to its full potential? If not, in what additional ways might the digital text resource have been explored? What are the similarities and differences between learning with new literacies and traditional print texts? Things to try. Try writing an essay with embedded links. What is different about writing in a hypertext environment versus a traditional paper and pencil environment? Using the keywords, examples of web quests. Conduct a search in the content area of your choice. Evaluate 3 or 4 of the web quest websites. Based on your search, what are some of the strengths and weaknesses of the web quest instructional model?